Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lump and Mimi's Raw Show.
No, Mimi and Lump Show. Get it right. When are you ever gonna get that correct?
I do get it correct. The L comes before the M.
No, ladies are always before gentlemen.
Oh, well, gentlemen, today is before the lady.
We got it. It's the Mimi and the Lump Show. Hey, everybody.
I hope you guys had a great week. Welcome back. We got some amazing things to talk to you guys about today.
Absolutely. I got a lot on my chest, brother.
Oh, a lot on her chest, she say.
Absolutely.
Well, let's get it started then, sis. Go ahead and get talking to me. Talk to me.
All right. Let's start with the Olympics, because that's one of the main things I want to talk about. I would like to talk about Simone Biles.
There's a lot of shit talking going on out there about that young lady.
Going on with her and in her life, and just in general. Me personally, I feel like I'm nowhere on her level as far as competition and her platform, but I have felt like I've been in that situation, and I just have a few things, not a lot. I have a few things to say, and one, because I've been on Facebook and I've been on Instagram. You know, I share your account. I snoop at your business. And I saw some comments that, you know, from karate people, from everyone that has a mental opinion or a thought about this had something to say. Whether it was good, it was bad, or indifferent. And I just wanted to get my opinion. Now that we have this show, I use my opinion to talk about it on here. I don't always post it on Facebook. Did you see any of those comments?
Yes, ma'am. I did catch a few from some martial artists out here in the world.
Tell me what you heard. What you see?
Well, what I saw was that Simone Biles pretty much just quit on her squad out there. Like, didn't give a damn no more. Like, just whatever.
Quitters never win, and quitters never prosper. That's not. I don't think she quit.
Okay. Well, explain to me what's up and talk to me on it.
To quit, I think it would have. We would have seen her and have a quitter's mentality years ago. It wouldn't have just come up spontaneous and out of the blue right now. So to me, she's not a quitter. I've never seen her ever in life quit. And when I say ever in life, I mean as far as what she puts on the front stage, as far as her platform and gymnastics. I've never seen her quit in anything she's done. So I wouldn't necessarily say that she's a quitter. I judge her on her all-around performance in general of what we've seen as a competitor, not just this one thing that she did.
So she didn't give up on her team?
Absolutely not.
So she's still competing?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, shit. What's the problem?
I say competing, no. Let me rephrase and re-answer your question.
Okay. Talk to me.
You say she's still competing. No, as far as individuals right now, I think she's stepped away from the uneven bars. And I think the floor exercise and also the vault, I want to say. And I think she stepped away for her own mental health.
Mental health.
And that's important, very important to me right now, because I went back to school to study psychology, and I hope to one day be able to help children and counsel adults and whoever else needs it in the way of karate, because I want to give back to karate in the utmost way. For her own mental health, you have to actually think about what she said. Her own mental health. And when you think of mental health, her own mental health, that's like DNA. No one else has it. No one else can match it. No one else can compare to it.
And barely can understand it.
Absolutely. You may
DNA.
Have similarities. You may have consistent traits or things you have in common. But her own mental health is just that. So for me, my point of view and what I'm about to say is not judgment. It's just to understand what she says. And sometimes I like to tell people you need to think outside the box, or I say read between the lines. And this is one of those things about her own mental health. Make sure you remember those 3 words that she used. Her own mental health. Um,
So that's for the ones out there throwing bricks at that guy dang on glass window.
hey,
Hoping that it crack. Yours better not crack like the back. Ooh,
hey,
nah. Hey. Go ahead, sis. Go on, break it down a little bit. Break it down on them a little bit.
Absolutely.
Woo! Yes,
Get
clap it up. Go ahead, sis. Talk to him. Really.
First, I want to say that if we knew that this was going to happen, it wouldn't have been such a shocker to everybody. It's kind of like an upset.
Like with Shakari.
Absolutely. I had no idea that she was not going to pass the drug test for anything, let alone marijuana. I had no idea that was ever going to come up in her life after watching her run at trials. And the same thing with Simone. She went to the Olympics, and even if she would have lost to where she wasn't competing and up to her standards and her own abilities, I never expected her to withdraw for any type of injury, health problems, mental health, anything. I expected to see her compete throughout the Olympics. So this was a definite shocker to me for her to even back out. What I have to think, or what I would say, my opinion is sometimes when you travel and when you are looked at in a manner, not necessarily great, but you're looked at in a manner to where you're expected to win, and you're expected to produce, and you want to live up to everyone else's expectations. And when you start to live up to everyone else's expectations, that's when things get a little tricky. Because again, she referred to her own mental health, but the titles and the things that she was given was from other people. Yes, I believe she is the greatest. But I also believe that she wouldn't consider herself the greatest, that someone else gave her that title. Someone else gave her that platform and that label. So when she was giving that label, she wanted to be able to produce in a manner to where she earned it, and it was satisfaction, and it made her feel like she earned it. I also think that pressure of her trying to do certain things and trying to live up to what everyone else gave her or labeled her as, I don't think she backed out on her team. Let me just get to that. I definitely don't think she backed out on her team in every aspect other than stepping away for her own mental health. I think she put her team first. And when I say put her team first, she didn't go out there because she is the GOAT and try to perform and do the things she needed to do because she is the GOAT, because she knew that mentally her own mental health wasn't where it needed to be. And I think they referred to it as the twisties. I would like to compare that to like ring rust.
Oh, because some people had some ring rust this weekend as a few tournaments, but that's later on in the freaking show.
I have had ring rust definitely in these pandemic days, so I must confess. But I would like to compare it to just that. Her twisties in gymnastics. I've never done gymnastics, and for anyone that doesn't know, I don't leave the ground and I don't like jumping. But I love sports and I love gymnastics, and I would have to compare the twisties to ring rust.
Okay.
And ring rust is uncontrollable. It's not something that you can control or that you can dictate necessarily. If there's tournaments or you have an opportunity, I think you going out there and you producing and you going to tournaments would help get rid of some of that ring rust. But it doesn't, going to tournaments and training doesn't always solve the problem of ring rust, because you can go to a tournament and you can compete, but the ring rust to me depends on the level of competition. If your level of competition is different than what you've ever seen, then I think that the ring rust, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, is still going to dictate your fight, because just that, you have not been at that ultimate level. You have not been at that exhilarating yourself and being behind that large crowd. I think that Simone, after this 5-year layoff, because of the pandemic also included, because I know that she having her own life right now. And when I say her own life, I know she's dating one of the Houston Texans.
Dating somebody. Whoa,
He's a
whoa.
cutie pie. He is. And her family. This was one of the times that she had definitely mentioned that her family was not there with her and for her, not because they didn't want to, but because of the pandemic and the Olympics being closed to the public. So everything for her was virtual. Yes, that's important, but it's not as important as to have those people behind you and supporting you.
Now, let me stop you for a second. Have you ever competed for a world championship without your family being there?
With them being there or without?
Both. So you better
Without,
explain
yes,
to her
sir.
what it feel like, because I know you can relate a little bit to what she's going through without having her
Absolutely.
family there for that big world games.
Absolutely. Most of my career, all the way through my teenage years to my early 20s, I competed for world titles outside of my family witnessing it. It was always through a video or the web or something they heard or talked about. It wasn't that they actually was there in live and in living color. But I must say that in 2003, I was a college student at Prairie View A&M, PVU. And Super Grands was held in the Woodlands, 2003.
Yeah, I remember that year.
I love that year. That was the first time.
I made history that year.
Hey.
Graduated high school, beat Raymond Daniels, beat Jason Borelli, beat Trevor Nash.
Yee, woody woo.
Yeah.
Get it, brother.
Take a bow. Take a bow,
brother.
Take a
Get
bow.
it.
Take a bow. Thank you, guys.
I must say that my dad, my sisters, my mother, my close uncles, my close-knit family, they actually came and had a chance to see me fight at a top-notch level. It's not an Olympic level, but
we had our own Olympics, so
Absolutely.
it was Olympic level because you had competition there that was worth fighting for a real world title. You had people from different countries and the top-notch point fighters from different countries.
Absolutely.
At that
and
World
our
Games.
Super Grands at that time in the early 2000s and the late 90s was our Olympics.
Oh yeah,
with the magazine and the baseball cards and the interviews and the things you got to do with boys. So again, not on her level as in today, but back in the day, the Super Grands was our Olympics. And it was the first time that I had my immediate family come and actually see me fight on that championship level. And it was the best feeling in the world. It was something that I long for even now with my own girls. I hope to one day, not necessarily on a championship level, but just to compete with them one day at a tournament. That kind of connection. I think that's why I can deal with this way you smell and being ugly.
Whoa.
Because you're a brother and I love you. And I want us to compete together.
Grandma's gonna kick your ass for that one.
Love you, Granny. You know how
Sue, do you hear her talking about me like that? No.
He adopted Sunshine. It's not like because you gave him that. You beautiful, Sunshine. Love you. It's you ugly. You know how it is.
No, it's all right. I remember my first year winning world title. My mom was there, and it felt good. It felt good. I remember winning the next year, and she wasn't there. So I definitely know what it feels like. Right. So, I know a little bit of what Simone's going through. I'm sad to say that it sucks that she's going through that, and it sucks that once again the community, the village, is once again talking about her and not helping her.
Absolutely, and that's where she came from, and she's the GOAT. She basically in the last 2 to 3 Olympics has dictated and proven why she's the GOAT, but she's still being judged.
So did she give that torch to somebody new this year?
I wouldn't say a torch. She didn't pass the torch, but what she did was do what was best for USA and for herself. And in doing that, Suni Lee from St. Paul's Diamond Nationals.
That's not Gary Lee or Garrett Lee's nieces.
Bruce Lee's either.
Okay.
Jet Lee either.
Okay. All right. Now, none of the Lees. You don't belong to none of the Lees.
That's it.
Yeah, we know.
She's actually, from what I understand and what I remember watching, she's from South Korean descent. Excuse me and pardon me. But she was born here and raised here.
Ooh.
And she, again, from St. Paul, she's 18 years old. And what was interesting to me was when she did an interview before the Olympics, after the trials, she said that her goal was second place.
Second, she set a goal for second.
Absolutely, she said it. I heard it. And she made sense. And I'm not saying that she should take away from her own self-esteem or her own validity, but she made factual points, and I could see it, and I agree with it. One of the things she said was that throughout her own gymnastics career, she's on the younger side, 18, that she was always second to third to either Simone Biles or Gabby Douglas.
Gabby Douglas.
And so when she made the team, she knew that, of course, that Gabby wouldn't be there, but she wanted silver because she knew that she
Simone Biles would be there.
But she could not compete with the GOAT. The one that gave up on everybody. That's what they said.
They say that. Wow.
So that to me said she knew what she was a part of. Not saying she was taken away, because I'm not in her head, and that's her own mental health and her own mental strength, why she put herself in second place. From that, let's fast forward to her, or not her, I'm sorry, to Simone having to step out of the all around. That's what it was. Simone had to step out for her mental health, and she informed her team, and she told them, you guys go and do it. I've been here before. You go and shine. You go do what you were brought here to do and live your dreams. That's what she told her teammates.
That's what she said?
Yes, sir. So to me, that's not turning your back on your team, and it's not giving up on your team.
Whoa.
She wanted to do what was best, again, for herself, but also in the same way, she meant to make sure that USA itself as a country and the representation that we had she was going to be there supportive of that. And so she somewhat passed that torch on to the other team, because she knew that she wasn't able to produce and perform at the level that she was labeled.
So, that's so funny. So that's like yesterday with you, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That I wanted you to fight yesterday and you didn't. But listening to you say that and explain that the way you did, it explains itself enough for me to understand.
We did talk about this.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
I just wasn't feeling it, brother.
No, and it's all right, because it's like just like her. She just wasn't feeling it, and because she wasn't feeling it, the world has just stamped her. But nobody stamped you yesterday for not fighting.
No. Some people asked, but it wasn't a judgment.
Exactly.
They knew what I've done before. They knew that my priorities is other things, school, my children, this show, in other ways, and teaching kids and private lessons. And that's how I give back to karate. Necessarily competing doesn't dictate me. It doesn't control me. It's fun. I enjoy it. I still want to do it. It's just not right now a priority.
Well, it's controlling some of these fucking spectators out here. I tell you that much, because I saw some interesting shit go down this weekend.
We haven't gotten yet to the tournament. We haven't. Back to Suni Lee, though.
Yes. Tell me about Miss Suni Lee. Suni.
But Suni Lee, I really like her because I actually like her personal story. And I watched that and I heard that. They did, of course, their little interview with her. And what I found out is that her dad and her family live in a small knit community in Minnesota.
Okay, so the community be like, so how would that you relate that to what here?
Or compare it to like an Amish town or city community.
Small, like Victoria, El Campo.
If I had to guess, and I don't want to be specific, someone else out there in TV land may know, but I would say it would have to be the size of Victoria or even the size of Galveston.
Okay.
Small knit, very caring and loving of each other to produce and help support each other. It's just that South Korean country or nationality
in that one area,
St. Paul, Minnesota.
All right. Big shout out to you guys. Big shout out.
And they have, like their Korean owned businesses, and they flourish.
Kind of like how Chinatown would be.
Absolutely. Or the hood. That's absolutely. They're doing it in the right manner.
That's good.
So her dad, that's the other thing. Her dad is like the neighborhood guy. He's always been a neighbor, helping, carpooling, volunteering. He was like that philanthropist.
Ooh,
it's a big word.
That's a big word.
Tongue-tied on that one. He did that for his people in his community because he came over from South Korea.
Okay.
So I guess that's his living the dream and giving back to what he has gained, and he wanted to help his own people and make sure that they flourished in their
Showing appreciation
community.
All right.
And the story goes, from what I saw, is that her dad was doing his neighborly thing, and he was helping a neighbor, and he was on a ladder, I guess on the roof, or putting up, I don't know, Christmas lights, or for whatever reason, he was on a ladder and he fell.
Oh shit.
And he was paralyzed from the waist down. Now that's not where the story ended.
So do you hear that? This man fell off a ladder. My grandma fell off a ladder too one time.
My grandma
and actually had to have knee surgery. She had to actually have knee surgery quite a few times on her knee due to that and that pin. So to hear somebody actually being paralyzed from that, man, that's pretty damn scary.
Imagine taking a Bruce Lee sidekick straight to the chest. Bam, falling off a ladder.
Woo.
Don't want it.
Don't want it.
Don't want it.
Don't dream it.
Now, what comes into, that's not the end of the story. What really stood out, because again, we were talking about the village and the tribes and the judgment and the support, and for whatever reasons, after he had this accident and he wasn't able to provide for his family, and they were going through hardships, and this is all pre-pandemic. This was
so this is the pre-pandemic.
Yes, sir. This was all before, because we are all having hard times in the pandemic. Their family, or their community, first of all, transformed their home into a handicap accessible home.
Okay. Yes.
They did that, I guess, going to Home Depot and buying the
buying the wood.
They donated their own money,
making ramps and things like that. For people who knows about that, yes, that's definitely
they gave back
costly
to the neighbor and the man and the person that helped them in their community. Now, again, let me add to that. Well, during this time that this tragedy happened to Suni Lee's father, she actually was just, from what I understand, peaking or just getting to that level to where she had those dreams, and she was being pushed for the Olympics, or bringing out her abilities to see where she could and how far she could go in gymnastics. And during this time, her father couldn't afford to continue to pay for gymnastics or to continue to push her in the way that she wanted and to help her with her passion. Their entire community there in St. Paul, Minnesota, of the South Koreans and his family, because to me, that whole community is their family. They actually made sure that she continued to compete in gymnastics, to continue whatever she needed to do to get to the level that she is. Now, in return, they didn't ask for anything. They didn't judge her. They didn't condemn them. They didn't do anything but do what they wanted to do, because that was in their heart to give, and to do it for no other reasons but because they wanted to. It made them feel good. And in return, she did her best. She performed, she produced, and she came out with the all-around gold medal in the Olympics. Even when she wasn't sure of herself winning a gold, she had already given herself a silver, and that was to Simone. But in the doubt of herself, she put her community and herself and going out in the United States first, and going out there sucking it up for whatever fear or whatever nervousness she had. She went out there and produced. And not only did she produce in the all around, I think she she got a bronze in the uneven bars. And I don't know if she was predicting herself to get anything, but she still made it on the medal table. She was still able to produce and give back in her own way. And I think Simone, being that some people think she quit on her team, wouldn't have happened if Simone wouldn't have quit on her team. Because she was what? Looking out for her own mental health. Now, just imagine if Simone would have went out there and competed. Some of the things that she's done and the moves that she's created and that she's
but
they've already said if she was to get the twisties in the middle of the air, she would kill herself. So, and some people are saying she quit. So just imagine if you think she should have went out there and competed anyway. What if she would have had Superman, what was his name? Christopher Reeves. He fell off the horse and had those paraplegic problems. What if she would have done something that would have done something to herself permanently or even cost someone else the team? Suni Lee her gold. Whatever. What if she wouldn't have quit? What happened? And her mental health is her mental health. You can't look at that and tell what's going on with her. So how do you know that it was not a true enough, sincere enough reason for her to not compete? If she's the GOAT, she has an ego on her shoulder. And to be a quitter does not make her ego look any better.
Damn sure don't make her no fucking GOAT.
It doesn't. It does not.
Just like that. Just like that.
And I don't think that she quit. I think she did what was best. She was still there as a team player. I've been injured physically and I couldn't compete, but that didn't stop me from being there for my teammates to help coach them, to help get warmed up, to grab water, to wipe their sweat, to get their bag once they were done fighting and competed and was tired. I'll go get whatever you need.
To calm that nerve before it's time to go to that big stage.
You and I live by something. Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's how we know it. That's all we know. That's
you win
all
together,
we know.
You lose together.
Yes.
No matter what happens, you do it together. And if you do something or you have a issue or a problem or whatever it is, I'm going to support you 100%.
So have anybody had the nuts on the USA team to say anything to this young lady about her letting them down?
Not necessarily, no, sir. Everything that she's received, and this is what they've presented to the public. Nothing that she has received has been negative.
So, world, what's wrong with y'all?
It's the people that don't have any idea what she's going through.
My karate world, what's wrong with you?
Platform. It's like being a soccer mom or a soccer dad. You never done shit, so you're going to live through your kids. You never been to the Olympics. You never had the pressure she had. She said she had the whole world on her shoulders. I haven't had the whole world, but I felt like I had my whole team or my country or something like that competing at different levels.
She give me chills, y'all. She give me fucking chills over here in this corner.
In no way, shape, form, or fashion, I think, believe, or see that she gave up on her team. And you know what? To give my honest, raw opinion, any of you karate people out there that I thought I knew, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Some of y'all weren't even good enough to even make it to her level. And like my brother Johnny Pitcher said, some of y'all gave up on y'all baby mamas a long time ago. So shut up.
Y'all heard that shit. You heard it raw.
That's ridiculous.
You heard it raw from her.
It's ridiculous. If you go out there and you do something knowing you can't do it just for your own reasons, that's selfish. That's giving up on your team because you're doing it for selfish reasons. Don't do that to that girl. She out there and doing everything in it. She is the GOAT. She is. So don't take it away from her just because because
a lot of you karate people ain't got nothing named after y'all ass.
A lot of karate people don't even have their own belt. They went and bought it at Jack in the Box or in a vending machine. Jack in the Box
for shit, sure, because it's a Jack coming out of the box. But we're gonna move forward on y'all because I don't want my sister to tear y'all ass up.
Absolutely.
But y'all got it. Y'all have to be watching. Be mindful. That's a word I've been told. Be mindful. Don't judge people.
Other people unless you make sure you have nothing to be judged about.
And yet you damn sure past that level in your life that they're going through, like way past it, that you aced that level. Absolutely. But we're gonna move forward because we had a couple tournaments go off this weekend. Tournaments. Shit.
Snowflake.
Oh, who you got else on there, girl? Talk to me.
Little Caleb, dress him.
Ooh.
Hey, Caleb.
Ooh.
Caleb Dressel got that eagle on his shoulder. He from Florida.
He got the eagle and he got the bear with the eagle. That's a badass tattoo on his shoulder. That is a badass tattoo.
He like Sherwin, Crocodile Man. he wrestled with animals and crocodiles.
He looked like it in that water.
I'm gonna call somebody down there who we know in down there that can actually tell us if they see him out there wrestling.
What part of California? I mean, Florida.
Florida. I don't know what part. I forgot. It's a something creek, maybe Stony Creek or something.
Oh well, we got a fisherman down there, Mr. Damian Rodriguez.
Right. We got Point Fighter down there. We're gonna tell
Mr. Alex now, but Alex don't be on the water. Alex not gonna be out there wrestling with no crocodiles.
Get a hotel room up top and then film him down low.
Shayna wrestled with that crocodile before Alex would.
Alex don't play with Shayna. Shayla. She looked like she gonna hurt somebody. Mm-hmm. But yes, Caleb is the new swimmer of today. He really won. I want to say it again. He's a cutie pie, little snowflake. He won, I want to say 6 medals.
6 medals.
5 golds. One silver.
Time out. He won 6 medals.
I believe that's what if it wasn't 6, he won 5.
So you telling me this is the real new Michael Phelps of this?
When he jump in the water, you don't know if he a dolphin, he a fish, he a eel, or any of that, because he swims like all of that. He swam so fast. He won the 50. He won the 100. He was a part of the relay. He was a part of the mixed medley. He was a part of another medley where they do all the different swims. Each person does a different swim. I think he even won the backstroke, or that might have been the one he got silver or something different.
Big shout out to you, Mr. Caleb. Big shout out.
Dressel. Some of these divisions or some of these things, they were saying that they haven't had another winner since Michael Phelps. He had won and just dominated swimming for so long.
Ooh.
And then the other one who I like Katie Ledecky. I found out her uncle owns one of the baseball teams.
What?
One of the Ledecky family people.
Get out of here.
Absolutely. You know, I pay attention. I like it.
Hey, big shout out. Big shout out.
Yeah, like, so she won a lot. She won about 5 medals. One of the races that I remember specifically, it's like being down when you come up the third fight in a team fight for your men. You guys go crazy. You have a lot of testosterone. Y'all know what to do with it sometimes.
Some of them got nerves that they shit on themselves in the middle of the ring too. I'm telling you.
She was the anchor in her relay. They had 4 women, and I want to say she did the freestyle because that's what she's really good at. But she does everything. She came in and they do it by the time, and she was about 5th place, or maybe even 4th. But she swam so fast, and if they would have given her another 10 meters, they would have won. And she came back, and her biggest success and her satisfaction was that she said, I swam my fastest race, my best race. I did it for the team, and we got close. I just needed a little more time. And I believe that. She is one of the best people, because for her, losing is not losing. Losing, I've always said, teaches you to win. But when you can always find a winning aspect out of losing, like she did, she gave back. She took it and she put it on a different platform that she knew that she did her best. She did it for her country. She did it for her teammates. And she made sure she put it all out in the water and left it.
Wait, pump your brakes. One more time.
Yes.
So, you telling me she was the last anchor and she just needed a little few more meters and she would have won. Absolutely. So that means somebody on that team was a weak link.
No. Just say it wasn't that they were a link weak. A link.
Weak link.
A link. Their link stayed together.
Okay.
They were one solid team.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to say it was the Australians. They broke
the long arms. Long arms.
Broke, I think in the midst of beating the USA, I think they had a Olympic record. They swam that race so fast.
The reason why I said that, because I don't see nobody out here in this fucking world talking about how that girl done that, nor that team lost because somebody had some short arms in that race.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Since you brought that up,
yes.
One more. Jacoby. I forgot her name, but she's a swimmer also, and she swam in one of the relays. She does the breaststroke. Yesterday, what's today? Sunday, Friday, she jumped in the pool as she was tagged, and as she jumped in, her goggles went down and around her mouth and nose. She still competed in that race. No, they did not win. No, they did not medal. But she still went out there and did it and produced and performed. And she didn't stop. She didn't give up. She knew that they were behind and she kept going. If we can get that video and we can find that video, I'll pull it up.
Oh, I guarantee you we'll have it. If we don't have it this week.
I think they said she only once wore one swimming cap. So when she jumped in the water, the one pushed it down.
You know what I'd have done?
Today?
You know what I would have done? I'd have choked. I'd have jumped. Take me out. I'm done.
I would have tried to take it off so it wouldn't have been in my way. It's kind of like when your mouthpiece is in your way and you throw it to the side when you're fighting.
Get me about the ring.
She didn't have enough time. She was trying to catch up, and anything that would have taken away from her
stroking and moving her arms
and the way she was doing it would have slowed her down. She finished that race, and I want to say they got like 5th. It was some type of relay that the U.S. women lost.
So this Olympics is really about teamwork, make the dream work, no matter if we win or lose. But if we win, we win. But if we lose, we learn something on how to work better together as a team.
One other thing, one specific word that I've heard a lot of Olympians say, whether they've won, whether they've lost, or whether they felt like they didn't do anything. Satisfaction. I am
Oh,
satisfied with the work that I put in the last 5 years. If you didn't know, this is the 5th year of the Olympics because of the pandemic. I'm satisfied with the way I produced and what I brought. I didn't come out on top. I didn't get the place that I thought I would get, but I'm satisfied. That it can take you a long way.
ooh, y'all hear
Because
that?
again, losing teaches you to win.
I used to be Crybaby Willie before I was a lump.
I still cry. Some of you people that have saw me in the bathroom or heard me sniffling, I still cry. It hurts. It bothers me. But
I was
learned.
Crybaby Willie. I was crying in the ring
He's
because
still
I just
crybaby.
felt like I just wasn't supposed to lose, but losing teaches you to win for damn sure. I
He was
came a long
watching
way.
Beaches yesterday, guys, and he was crying when Bette Midler died. I mean, not Bette Midler, her best friend died.
Yeah, it's just heartbreaking to see somebody pass on.
He was-
Anything else you got for us on
That's
the Olympics? What's the young lady Saunders that you had me watch this morning throwing the
track and field.
no, throwing the ball.
Track and field.
Oh, excuse me. See there? That tell you
Excuse
guys
me,
that
she
I don't
won
belong
in the
there.
Shot put.
Shot put. That's what it's
Now,
called.
let me tell you why I like her.
Shot put.
Because she reminds me of a Sha'Carri Richardson. She reminds me of those bold, confident, eccentric athletes.
She from the mud. That woman said she slept in her car. She from the mud.
Now that is the other thing. She was so compassionate and so sincere. This is something else she brought up during her silver medal.
Congratulations, Miss Saunders.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
And wherever you are, keep throwing that big old shot put.
Yes, ma'am.
Because she did that. She said in the last 5 years she had lost so much, but it didn't give up on her dream of, in general, competing. Not the Olympics, not the trials, not being number one, not the silver medal. It was competing. That was her outlet. That was her distraction. She said she didn't understand or didn't know how she was going to pay her bills. She was living out of a car. But by the grace of God, she was still competing. And look at her now. She said, I'm bringing the silver medal home. We won, y'all. Now, when she said y'all, I said, y'all in Texas, it says y'all. Y'all mean y'all. Us. Teamwork, make the dream work. We won that silver medal with her. I was in that car with her while she was sleeping.
And they're praying to God. Ooh, yes. Jesus.
That is teamwork right there.
Yeah.
She didn't mention specific names, but I know that anybody that actually knows her and was there for her and saw her struggles and her
path,
I know that they sincerely know and feel her pain. I felt it, and I don't even know the lady.
Me too.
I felt it. Just because she was so sincere and compassionate about the things she said. Passionate also. And she also wanted you to know that any and everybody out there going through some of what she's going through, different things, all the same things.
Don't give up.
Passion for
That's
those
right.
people.
And don't give up. That's what she's showing you guys. Don't give up. Keep pushing for those dreams.
Absolutely.
Dreams.
If you like it, I love it. I can't wait. I was telling you this the other day. I can't wait for my girls to get into anything.
I know.
And when I say anything, badminton, that's in Olympics.
Yeah, a lot of things. I'm next Olympics. I'm gonna be taking my horse over there so he can walk tiptoe.
I'll be the polo person that put the balls in the water.
Nah, I want you. They need to put bull riding out there, so I can go ahead and put you on the bull and let you ride on off.
They ain't ready. They ain't ready. I'm gonna have my bull tap dancing like those people had the horses tap dancing. Equestrians.
Donkey.
That's the word. I think I finally got it right. Equestrians. I don't know, but Mr. Ed was out there dancing and talking.
I just want to go to my room. Oh yeah, guys. So yes.
Okay, I got one more thing though.
One more for you.
Lamont Jacobs.
Who?
Exactly my point. What you said. Say it again. One more time.
Who?
Lamont Jacobs from Italy.
Oh.
That is
shots fired.
The fastest man in the world on the planet.
Whoa. Say it again.
I said plant it. Not planet. Plant it.
Oh, so y'all better be able to break that down into syllabus.
If you don't have one, let me know. Send me a message and I will get you the Ebonics dictionary. Because that man is the fastest man in the world. He won the 100 meters. He was actually what was amazing to me because it made me feel like I won the medal. I'm the fastest man, woman, man with him. He was born in El Paso, Texas.
EPT.
He was born in El Paso, Texas, and I believe, if I'm correct, that his family, he's a military family, and then he moved back to Italy, and that's where his nationality in the country he claims.
He went. He didn't train with Lock or nothing, did he? He might have, huh?
I wish he did. He could sponsor a karate team.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. Small connections. And again, I have no idea who this person is other than being on the Olympics. But in general, just to have someone that actually puts El Paso on the map, who puts certain
positive ways.
Positive, absolutely. Simone Biles, the black swimmer. She did not win a medal like she did in the last Rio Olympics, but in general, she was there as a leader. She helped her team produce. Yes, they fell short in winning a medal in the relay, but they still competed. They still were there. She was still active and supportive of her teammates, even if she didn't win. One of the other things in that second fastest man in the world, is a USA American.
USA. USA.
USA. I think it's how you
Who?
Curly. Larry, Curly, and Mo.
Oh, Fred has finally been born. What? Big shout out to Fred.
I tried to kill Fred a long time ago. Fred's a lizard that's been stalking me, guys, for years, and my brother wouldn't save me. But that's besides the point.
I can't kill him.
I wanted him dead. But yes, he was actually fast too. I think Mr. Jacobs was at like 9.8 seconds, and Mr. Curley was not far behind him. Those were some fast numbers.
Do you remember what Bolt's time was in the 100?
Specifically, no, and I don't want to discredit him and his numbers.
You can't.
But these guys who came out of nowhere,
they broke records?
Not broke, but they were close to it.
Okay.
They would have had to get less than what I think they said, 9.7 something. And they were already at a 9.8.
Shit. It's like cheetahs fast.
Boy, I go faster than that through the school zone when they tell me to slow down. Like,
and you fail.
I eat all the time. So I had to slow down. He's so silly. One other girl I want to talk about, because I want to get to the ladies. I'll let you men go first, because I was really surprised with Mr. Jacobs. But Raven Rogers runs the 800 meters. And I think they said she ran for Ohio State. I want to say Ohio. And if I'm wrong, please tell me. And I'll look it up after the show, guys, to let you know. But she's from Houston. They did her
H-Town bound. Jesus, y'all Texas have a lot of little athletes out here in this world. Jesus. Jesus.
Sports are big in Texas.
It is. It's very big. I have to admit to that.
You get a lot of support from it. One, because our colleges and our education system here locally, they're big in sports. You know, you got Texas, you got U of H, you got Baylor, you got A&M. All those people, all those schools, they produced a lot of champions and a lot of all-American athletes. So they give back to their own. Give back.
That give back thing gonna be something new. I've been telling y'all to give back. That was part of y'all homework weekly y'all supposed to been doing.
I give back.
Stay on top of that shit.
I want to tell y'all about a little story, and my brother told me about it. And I want to make sure everybody knows that my brother gives back, especially after you've been judged since battle and you had a little brain fart. Guys, don't worry. I still talk to him about them.
If not, everybody remind me at these damn tournaments, and I have to make sure that she's not around when I answer them, so that she don't just remind me of how she was on my ass. So
we're not submitting, but we're respectful.
For sure.
Just make sure you understand that. My brother went to teach on Thursday. I didn't go with him. I had homework. And he came home. We went to a local tournament yesterday here in Beaumont. Black Dragon, Greg Dorsey, if some of you know him. And I was asking my brother, how did class go? You know, Thursday I wasn't able to make it, but we have some good kids, or he has some good kids out there and some good athletic abilities. They play different sports, and they're, all around. Some of you may know Evan Brown that we used to train a few years ago. He's back after graduating high school. And he said, since everything was good, I almost had like a little moment. And I'm like, a moment? And I'm thinking it's a negative moment. Oh, what did you do? Oh, no, sis, not like that. I got him. I was always almost in my feelings because, I got a little tear in my eye. And I'm like, someone punched you in the eye or something? What happened? You had a toe in the eye? And he said that one of the kids, and I'm going to leave everything nameless, but if and when they hear this, they'll know who I'm referring to. One of the ladies or the junior girls is a great competitor and just needs to gain experience. And they were having some hard times, or not hard times, some in general life situations. And she wouldn't be able to go to the tournament on yesterday. And my brother said, well, that's not a problem. He wanted to make sure that she went to this tournament, made sure her registration and her competition, or not competition, but she was competing at this tournament. He coached her. He was there for her. She produced well, but she lost to someone that was more experienced than her. My point in saying that is, yes, we karate, private seminars, tournaments, in general, karate is our livelihood, but sometimes ourselves, we give back in general just because we were those students. We want to pave the way. We want to live black belt excellence. We want to be examples. We want to be mentors. We want to be a positive stamp on other people's lives. And that means the people that are coming up behind us. So I want to congratulate and say that my brother didn't know that I was going to say this, but it really made me feel good, because it was like, see, yes, you made a little boo-boo, but you are a good person. Another thing, my brother, throughout my divorce and going through things like that, and my dad passing, my brother was like my best friend. He was there to talk to me, and I mean outside of karate. He gave me tough love. He gives his students tough love. The way he hit that guy, I'm not saying he didn't hit him in a manner for him to get knocked down or to be dazed, but my brother hits his kids harder than that. He's hit me harder than that. Shit, I get mad and I want to slap the hell out of it. But in general, it wasn't something he did on purpose. And him doing what he did, one for that student, one to give his own time, one to, not that he took away from his daughter, but he's a good father and he has daddy duties, but he made sure that this person, this young lady, this girl got what she wanted out of karate. And that was just to compete, not to win, not to just be there in the middle of meeting friends or the outlook of just being at a tournament. She wanted to be there. She loves karate. She puts in all the effort she needs to. So my brother felt like she was supposed to be there. So I just wanted you guys to know that there are things out there that he does. He stinks still, though, and he's ugly.
Behind fucking closed doors. Thank you, sis. Behind closed doors.
That's it. Keep it up, brother. Don't let that and what those people think and saw dictate and make it to where you don't know yourself.
Without a doubt, because that's who I am. My kids, my students, our kids, my students, your kids, absolutely. My students, my coach kids, however you want to put it. They just know my passion for them. They know how much I care about them. And when they tell me that their goals are set and they're succeeding for them, I never want them to feel like financial is going to be the reason whether to stop them from being able to get to those goals. So
what if one of the kids come in and says you need to teach them a sword form? You gonna teach them?
No, but I damn sure gonna find the person that does it well and get them connected to it. I tell you that much. I hand them over to who I feel is gonna do the best for them.
Absolutely.
The best by them.
You come in with what they call it, the barter. I'll teach your kid to fight if you teach my kid to do weapons.
I do have a close person out there. I do swap outs with. Absolutely. I'm not going to put him out there, but yeah, you sucker. Yeah, no, but
I gotta. You know what I want to do? I want to tell everybody that so people can start asking me about it. I got a lot of people asking me about when I'm going to fight again. I think people should ask me when I want to do a form. And I mean traditional. Don't get excited. I ain't jumping, spinning, flipping, or any of that.
You didn't jump, spin, and do it when we were back on SCS. And matter of fact, I told you yesterday, it's a big shout out. 20 years ago.
That's right.
20 years ago.
SCS, baby. Who's the best?
Who's the best? SCS had departed 20 years ago.
Absolutely. One of the best teams ever.
And it feels good to still be able to talk to everybody that was on that squad and still be close.
It feels good to have them all family.
Of course. Because you know what? Mr. Plowder made sure that's all. We had to be family to be on the team.
Speaking of family, did you know BP, Blind Primple, is fighting in the boxing Olympics? Did you know that?
What?
Nah, I'm just playing.
Oh.
I swear, I thought that was BP. I see it.
Oh my God. This girl is a mess.
He a heavyweight. He gonna be, and that's the funny part. He's gonna be the first heavyweight in American history to win. He's from California. to win a heavyweight boxing Olympic medal since like the 80s. And he's already getting ready to get to the medal round.
Y'all hear
He
that?
looks exactly like BP when he was skinny.
Y'all hear that? Y'all better be cheering for that man.
Like the old Luther and the new Luther. BP, you got the new BP and the old BP. Love you, B.
Love you, BP. All right, so we're gonna move on because we only got a little bit of short time left.
That's it.
That's okay. No, you're all right. Everybody want to hear you sometimes and just listen to who you really are and what you really about, and not just assume that they know you but really don't know you.
That's it. And I've changed myself a lot here in the last 5-6 years since I had children. Let me say that I've changed a lot in general. I learned a lot about myself, so now I just want to let it express it. I want to share it. Just because if I would have had someone talking to me or going through some of the same things, or even in general. In karate, I was always with karate people so much. If I would have had some of us open up, not just hang out and be there as team in karate, not just go have fun and party and celebrate, but to actually open up and know the inside of each other, then I don't know where I'd be right now. I think a lot of us would be a lot closer. That's how you and I got close. That's how Gandhi and I, all of us, that's how all of SES, all of GOP for us. That's how we all bonded and became family. Is because we weren't just a karate team. We weren't just doing karate together. We actually took the time, took the effort, and built a relationship with each other. A lot of karate starts out as business for me. And that's because you are wanting something, and that's to get better at karate. And I want your money to help you get better at karate. So it's business.
Pay me.
If I see, we are on the same level, and when I say the same level, we love karate the same, the passion, the I want to see it, I want to give back. If we are in a position to where it's worth bonding, it's worth getting to know each other, it's worth giving back to karate, then that's some of the best relationships that I've built in my entire life. My family is my family, they're my blood, but karate, there's a lot of people, and not a little people, a little amount of people, but a lot of people out there in karate that are not my blood family, but are my family. I just wouldn't know where I would be without karate and some of those people in my life.
Ooh, yes, me neither. All right, big shout out to Mr. Greg Dorsey. He had a tournament yesterday in Beaumont, Texas.
Good shout out, big shout out, because we were out of there by 1:30.
A little more like 2:15-ish.
Don't take my praise away.
No, tournament damn sure ran smooth. He had a nice little turnout.
I didn't fight.
Little smooth competition was out there. He had a couple
brother Lump and J-Dog fought each other, y'all. It was like Battle of the Dinosaurs. It's all right.
No,
it was a flashback.
It definitely was. And all I could think about was when he broke my damn rib.
With that little bony leg. That's what he stabbed you with last night.
In the back.
J-Dog has hurt a lot of people fighting. He broke Chad's foot. Remember, he fell on his foot. It broke his foot. He had his foot going the other way. It was pointing north, south, east, and west. Sorry, guys.
No, big shot. But he was out there swinging for the fences yesterday too. I tried to get him while he was tired.
And I want everybody to vote on this. We need a poll. Anybody out there in karate world think J-Dog weigh more than 180? Please let me know. That man have to have both kids in his arms and have on wet clothes for him to weigh 180. It's no way that man. It's no way. I wanted the scale, but J-Dog would step on it. I almost arbitrated. I was going to arbitrate.
For what? He was in the lightweight division.
No, he should have been in the 8-9 toddler division. What is the weights for 99 and under?
Yeah, that's what it used to be back in the day.
8, 9, 99 and under. His kids weigh more than he weighs with 30 diapers. Oh, J-Dog. But it's all right. I love him.
Big shout out.
Fight
yes, we did.
J-Dog fought his fight. He was swinging. You fought smart. And you two people that know each other.
Yes.
Like you said, you've been fighting since y'all were kids. So y'all know each other. It was a good fight. Entertaining. They had no coaches. I would have definitely coached my brother Lump over here. If J-Dog was fighting someone different, I would have coached him in general. But when they match up, I don't coach either one of them because...
And she yells at both of us during the fight. During the fight, we both get yelled at. And if anybody was sitting there witnessing it, we both was getting yelled at because we were doing the same thing and nobody was not doing anything about it.
They kick less than I did, y'all. For real. Okay, nobody even kicking one time. They touch each other. Boop, boop. They playing patty cake like Floyd Mayweather.
But it was definitely a good fight. My bad too, J-Dog. So J-Dog went to follow up when I failed, and instantly I automatically just react to being on the ground and actually getting punched. So now my reaction be like, whoa. And I accidentally try to throw not a pop-up kick, but like a bring it down kick. Like
an axe?
Yeah,
almost?
like, but like bring it back to a front kick chamber.
I was on the back side of it, so I couldn't.
And I honestly didn't know I caught him on the chin. He said, everybody said hit him on the chin. You said that he kind of went limp for like a hot second.
That's all I saw.
And but when I looked at him and I was like, "You're right," and he was like, "Whoa, hold on."
Yeah,
and his look, and it was just like, "Oh my god." Once again, my bad, J-Dog. I'm just so used to people attacking me on the ground that my first instinct is that I try to kick people away from me because there's so many tournaments that we do that you still have ground fighting. Remember, I'm from NBL, so that was automatically. That's automatically my reaction.
You guys knew that wasn't a part of the real rules.
So
it was a reflex for you to kick up. It was a reflex
for him to follow up. Yes,
follow on the ground, and look what happened. It wasn't that you guys did it maliciously.
No.
Maliciously. You weren't trying to hurt him. He wasn't trying to hurt you, but accidents happen.
Accidents happen. So you guys just be aware of that. Accidents happen. And I definitely want to apologize before anybody get to say anything extra.
Video pops up.
On just a piece of it.
Yes.
Oh, what do you think about this?
Absolutely. Nothing was done. Everybody, J-Dog even got up and continued. No one was disqualified. Any of that. You just gave that man his time out medically and then made sure he was okay, because at the end of the day, we just want to make sure both of y'all are okay.
Yes.
Nobody wants to get hurt. You guys both have children and jobs, and that's not what we are here for karate. One is just for fun, our passion, and we want to do well and be an example at it.
And also we had the Ozark down in Springfield, Missouri.
Did that tournament one time?
We drove to his daddy's event down in Springfield, Missouri.
I got you sleep. I think I posted that on Facebook. You sleep, slobbering all over yourself.
Because I caught you on the way. You caught me on the way back.
That's true.
You got me.
It's kind of like when I mooned you. You mooned me first, and I mooned you back. Mine was better.
But mine was when we were kids.
No, it doesn't matter. I waited all those years because I wanted to catch you off guard, and I didn't want you to be ready. And that was the little booty Regina. It's the big booty Regina now, so it meant more to me. It made me feel good.
Big shout out to Alex.
Alex does forms for JPM.
Alex does weapons for JPM.
Forms.
Weapons.
All of them.
And
Extreme.
Fighting.
Alex hadn't fought. He hadn't fought since US Open.
Yeah, that was the last time he fought.
So he didn't fight yesterday, did he?
Oh, what?
No, he didn't.
He fought over the weekend. He fought in a few divisions.
No, he didn't.
What?
Alex was too busy doing forms.
Alex triple crowned out this weekend.
Oh, so that means he won. What is that? Is it traditional or is it creative? What is it?
Open hand.
Open hand. So creative.
Weapons. So I think it was all in the one.
Okay. And then what would the second form would be?
Weapons.
Okay, weapon. And then fighting.
And then fighting. And then also runner up in the open weight division.
Alex? You talking about Eva Ramirez?
I'm talking about Eva Ramirez. Her son. Petey's nephew.
And people said Alex couldn't fight.
I heard that before.
I have too.
But I tell you what.
But he's better at forms and weapons. So he concentrated on that. That's why Paul Mitchell picked him up.
I don't believe that shit.
Listen, little baby. I fought the woman, his mother, when I was 8 and 9 as a gold belt in a tournament, and we been brawling. We brawled ever since. So for you to tell me anybody, one, that I brawled with their
mother,
person, or mother, daughter, aunt, anyone, and then you tell me that they can't. And he's from Texas. There's nothing out here about Texas that can't fight.
He fought an old vet, came out.
Who?
TJ.
Tony Lopez Jr.?
Yes, ma'am.
TJ fights well too. What happened?
I know. They said it was a very good fight.
Actually, no. I think I saw TJ won.
Yes, Friday in the open weight division.
That's where the runner-up for Alex came in.
Yes.
Okay, so Alex beat him on Saturday.
For the runner-up.
Oh, so payback is a mother.
Woo! Shut your mouth.
And somebody made adjustments. And they had a 24-hour win with TJ on Friday.
Yes.
And then it came back, and Alex made the adjustments that he needed to.
Alex made the adjustments on Saturday, meaning that he adjusted his form to be without the backflip. You guys are saying pretty much. Now that man made adjustments during a smart fighter on the chessboard. I'm telling y'all this shit.
Wait a minute. So losing on Friday taught him to win on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what I heard. And I think the score was the same, but just was in reverse ways.
Absolutely. So he just actually
went back to the same position that he was in on Friday.
Video.
Ooh, video.
We're not gonna talk about video.
That's gonna be on a few weeks on y'all ass. We're gonna talk about videos.
Because I was lucky enough to get it shared outside of the Plowdens, and what I learned and what I did, and I'm gonna take it to the grave. Or you gotta pay for it.
Yeah, pay me my money. I got your fee. But big shout out to that. But we're gonna end it out one more thing. I think I'm gonna spend about 3 to 5 minutes on this one thing.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go ahead. And then we're gonna shut it down. We're not gonna hold y'all asses up all day because I don't want y'all to just be sitting back laughing at our ass all day.
I can do it. No, the Olympics coming on. Don't do it.
An incident happened during team fights at the Ozark.
An incident? What incident?
An incident dealing with a parent, black belt, and coach, all into one. This person is all into one. And I'm only speaking of this person because I remember this person yelling my name out at Chance Tournament to get out the building. I remember this person yelling across the room to tell me to get out the building. I don't know about this one. Tell me about it. So his son is now in the men's division.
Okay.
And his son has wanted to show some of these adults that he has the heart. So at point to point, time to time. Yeah, the balls to be in the ring. The balls. Yeah.
Speak English and speak raw.
The balls. Okay, the testicles down there. Okay. To want to show them that he has heart to be in the ring, and he likes to throw a few late shots every once in a while on somebody.
Oh, but then no one told him to take off his belt, and no one judged him as of yet.
Oh no.
Okay, no judgment here.
So
sure I'm understanding.
He decides he gonna 3-piece my little brother, and one of my little brothers, and my little brother decided to 3-piece his ass back.
Because one, he's an adult, and the other person is a child, or what's the difference?
Well, I figured this was the men's, so for you to be in the men's, you have to be 18 plus. And they scuffle, and all of a sudden, in the video, you see this dad.
Wait, I got a question. During this fight, was he the dad? Was he the trainer? Was he the coach? Was he the instructor? What was his?
His position was not in the coach's box. His position was not in the judge's ring. His position was a parent on the sideline.
So he was either a parent or he was a spectator.
And he was a parent.
Okay, gotcha. Now, fast forward. Go ahead.
And decided to run in the ring at the competitor.
Wait a minute. Where's Jeremy Rourke where you need him?
I have no clue.
Oh, I'm gonna create a post on Facebook and I'm gonna tag everybody that was at that tournament to see what happened. How about that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't there, and
me neither. And I only saw video
details, and they all gonna give us a different story.
Of course, because anybody there was gonna have a different point of view.
Absolutely.
And call it a different piece,
different perspective, a different opinion. So once they give us all those stories, then you and I are gonna sit back and we'll have a report for next week.
Yes, but I'm asking you, parents, coaches, at the time you were being a parent, judges at the time that you're being a parent, to just be respectful of everything that's going on and who's around you. Our karate world is starting to get a little crazy. If we keep going this route, yes, and if we keep going this route, it's going to get more dangerous.
Absolutely.
And our sport wasn't like that before the pandemic. We need to shut that shit down. After the pandemic that came through here, you guys, it's just like I say, everybody, we love to fight. Our passion for it, our heart for it, just to be back out there is all great. At the end of the day, we love to shake hands, be cool, go on about our ways. One thing that I tell all my people is that the person that's across from you has a family to feed and has to be at work on Monday.
Absolutely.
And my thing is, you're not out here to do anything to get in the way of that. At all.
And people have to understand, no matter what we think and how much we put into it, point fighting, karate tournaments is still for fun.
Yes. I'm only lump on them in the ring.
I only growl at people when we're on the line about the
No, but you guys have to start doing something about that. And that parent, you have to stop that, because that's not the first time I see you do that.
So I need to keep an eye out in general for all parents. So
yes.
This other one gonna do it more than one.
Well, you pulled this parent to the side and had a conversation with this parent.
I believe. Okay, let me just say this, and I'm gonna say this because I say this to everyone. and I said it to this parent now that I know and understand who you're referring to. If I'm the center judge and even a corner judge in a ring, I ask that you give me the respect enough to control my own ring. And I mean fighting afterwards, hitting afterwards, an argument, you think someone's yelling at me or you think I'm giving them a break. Give me enough respect as me, Regina, to control my ring and get everything smoothed out, under control. And if I need help, lump, you know me, I will ask for it. Or I'm gonna just walk around the room slapping people.
You got police officers that be waiting to just come help you. That man ran over in the room like, who do I need to arrest in here?
Them over there.
And they look, no, we don't have a problem. So yes, definitely that.
I'm a damsel in distress. That's
for sure. And people love to ask you to, not only for the entertainment, the center ref rings, but just because of how strict you are about your rules, your laws in your courtroom.
And I know I'm not perfect, but I like to be the same way. I like to have structure. And also, I like to have that control. And I don't mean control like to dictate who wins, who scores, but enough control to where my ring is going to be run in the way that I personally, as a fighter, like it. Anybody, again, I've said this before, if you want me to help judge or judging or things like that, please reach out to me because I enjoy it. I put on a show. I love it. Right now, that is my outlet. So if you want it, just let me know, but also know that I will control my ring. And if I need help, I'll ask for it. Do not step in my ring. Do not come in and say, well, he hit my teammate or my instructor. I was over here trying to make sure. I will do all of that.
I have to understand NBL at one point, one coach in the box, coach had to stay seated. Like all that stuff was like point over. You get penalized for that. So we come from that era of where that was going on. So our strictness comes from that. Hey, absolutely. None of that. No, stop. Point over. It's nothing to talk about. Like that's us. So.
And I like watching the 80s when they say excessive contact. I'm willing to let you hit excessively as long as in a clean in a structured manner. And
yes, Lord.
It's not disrespectful. You're not trying to bully the other person. Now, if I hit you like your kid killed that kid yesterday with that sidekick,
Big Mike. Woo! Oh no!
He caught him with a good, clean sidekick.
Because you know what I tell my students? When you throw your sidekick, that's like you stopping somebody from being able to come in your house and take all your toys out of your room and leave in front of you.
I can't. I take little kids' toys.
So if they gonna let you come in there and take all his toys and leave and not get a consequence for it, then that's his fault. So my students know that's how we throw our sidekicks. And it's not to the face and it's not maliciously. You don't even know if I'd have made him key on it. Well, we really would have went with it, but it was good because that kid got back up and he kept fighting.
Absolutely. He learned from it, and it's the sport of the competition.
That's it. And then my kid liked it too because he got me pumped up to put my gear on the fight yesterday. Miss Regina, you got your quote of the day.
All right, guys, I got one for you. We're going to go ahead. We're going to start the sign off. I look for certain things that I can relate to. That's normally where my quotes or even my conversation, a lot of, in my opinions, comes from the times that I can relate. And then the times that if I don't or I can't relate, I would like to get it more information so I can understand. But my quote is as followed. You will never understand the damage you've done or committed to someone else until the same thing is done to you.
Whoa. You say what?
Never understand the damage you've done or will do to someone else until the same thing is done to you.
Whoa.
So let's see how many more times people give their opinions and judge. Because I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be like that little ninja.
Reverend Bagwell, I tell you, you put right with this. We're going to put some icing on Miss Regina's cake. We're going to put some icing on there. I want some icing on top of that. My quotes for you guys for the week. I forgive people, but that doesn't mean I accept their behavior or trust them. I forgive them for me, so I can let go, move on with my life. I forgive people, but that doesn't mean I accept their behavior or trust them. I forgive them for me so I can let go and move on with my life.
Absolutely.
So you guys, they're your 2 quotes for this week. Put them together. They do go together in their own way.
Absolutely.
In their own way. So I hope you guys have a great week.
Absolutely.
We look forward to next Sunday because we're going to start the show off with about loyalty with your instructor.
Hey.
Loyalty with your instructor. It's going to be next week's first topic to get it going. All right.
Everybody this week put a smile on someone else's face.
Hey, you heard that. And then tell Miss Regina about it. And then walk up to the person and take a picture with them too, so you can tell them that you're the reason why. You're the reason why they smile. Hey, now. All right, you guys. We out of here. This is that Lump and Mimi's Wrong Show.
Absolutely wrong. Mimi, end of the show.